The fastest growing companies right now have smaller sales teams and they're closing 10, 20, even 40 times more deals. Now I know that sounds exactly opposite to what you think. You've probably been told that more reps equals more revenue. I've been in sales since 2012 and personally closed 8 figures in deal volume. We have so far over 1,000 companies fix and scale their sales operation. What I'm going to share with you today are the 5 levels of sales that separate companies that scale from companies that slowly die. And maybe 0.01% of companies out there are at the level 5 right now, operating at the highest possible efficiency. And they're getting results that would take most companies an army to produce. So if you understand these 5 levels today, you will have a complete advantage over your competition. Now look, I get it. AI is changing right now. Companies are doing layoffs. Entire businesses are killed because the services they offer are not needed anymore. AI can do things that used to take the whole team, and people can get access to information for a very cheap price and do things way faster than any human can deliver. And AI is going to destroy businesses that don't adapt. And if you're watching this right now, this video is going to show you how not only to survive in the AI era, but also actually to thrive and scale because of it. So let me start with level 1, which is what I call time-wasting outreach. Here's the thing that nobody tells you about sales. Most companies are running their entire operation on hope. They don't have a real structure. They don't have a proper systems or steps in place. They don't know what actually working and what is not. They're just sending as many messages as possible and praying that something lands. Early in my career, I was in that exact same spot. I had a team, we had leads coming in. From the outside, it looks like the things were going well. But I was always stressed out and I didn't know why. Here's what was happening. Every morning I would sit down with list of contacts, just names on the screen. And I had no idea who these people were, what they needed, or if they are even a good fit. I would send the same message to hundreds of people and maybe get 2 replies. And both of them would say, I'm not interested. And I would just tell myself, this is the sale because we need to do more volume. It's just a number game. But what I understood with the experience later on is that the sales is not only the numbers game, it's also the quality game. And it's also the structure game, also the systems game. And it shouldn't work the way I was doing it before. So most founders and sales leaders are still running their teams like this way, burning the leads, burning the reps, and nothing ever changes. If your sales team is spending 80% of their time on outreach that produces almost nothing, you are not running a sales operation. You're funding a very expensive hobby, and the longer you stay there, the harder it gets to climb out. Because your team starts to believe this is just how it works. But it's not, and the companies that figure this out are at least moved to the level 2. They're already doing better than most companies out there. At least they have a better structure, at least they are trying to build something that works. And the second level is what I call partial systematization. This is where things look better on the outside, but on the inside, it's still a mess. You've got some tools, CRM, email sequences, someone in your team build a spreadsheet that kind of tracks your pipeline, but nothing is connected properly. Your data lives in 5 different places. There is no proper CLM, no proper KPIs, and no dashboard, where your team and you can actually see what is happening in the entire sales process. And whether you hit your numbers or not still come down to individual effort and a bit of luck. I see this with almost every company that comes to me. They have spent money on software, watched the tutorials, got little piece of processes here and there, but there is no proper system holding it all together. And the moment your best sales rep leaves or has the tough month, everything starts to break. This is actually the most dangerous stage to be in, because the partial systematization feels like a progress. You get some processes, some dashboards, you can point and say, look, I have systems, but that's not a system. Because the reality is you got packed all day, back-to-back meetings, 100 things on your plate. There's almost no time because of this, and you have no time to update everything properly. And the moment you and your team skips a step, the whole thing stops working. The real cost here is not the tools you are paying for. It's what you think everything is under control when it's not. It's like driving a car and thinking the engine is fine because the radio works. The outside looks good, but things that actually matter are not working. So if you're at level 2, the first thing you need to do is audit every tool you are paying for and ask yourself one simple thing. Is that actually connected to a system, or it's just sitting there making me feel organized? That one question will save you more money and time than you think. And the jump from level 2 to the level 3 is the single biggest shift most companies will never ever make. The third level is what I call sales systems. This is where everything starts to click. Outreach stops being random and starts being consistent, measurable, repeatable. You have got proven framework scripts that have been tested and refined. Your teams follows clear process from first touch and all the way to close. And for the first time, you can actually look what you're doing and have a real idea what next month is going to look like. So about 5 years ago, I rebuilt my entire sales operation around systems. Not tools, but systems. And there is a big difference. A tool is something you buy. A system is something you build. And the system I built actually changed everything. I stopped asking, did we close that deal? And started asking, did we follow the process? Because when the process is right, the results become predictable. When the process is broken, it doesn't matter how good your salespeople are, the results will not be predictable. That's the thing most sales leaders miss. They keep trying to hire better sales reps when they actually need to do is just check their system. Improve your system first and then hire more people. One solid system will outperform 10 great reps who are just winging it. Exact same process follow all big companies as well. They build the systems where anyone can perform. So every company I've worked with who makes this shift says the same thing. It's like someone takes a weight off their shoulders and they didn't even know what was there. The pipeline becomes clear, the numbers starts to make sense. And for the first time, they feel like they are in the control instead of just reacting to everything. This is where most good companies live. If you can get there and stay there, you're already ahead of 90% of the market. If you're at the level 3 right now, the thing you need to do is start writing everything down. Your steps, your decision points, your playbooks. If it lives in someone's head, it's not a system, it's a risk. Because that's exactly the ceiling that keeps companies stuck here instead of moving to the level 4. The fourth level is what I call systemized sales infrastructure. This is where things shift from we have sales process to we have sales machine. You are not just running systems anymore. You are running a full infrastructure. Everything is written down. Automation handles the repetitive stuff. Your team knows exactly what to do, step by step. And the whole thing runs without depending on anyone in your team. This is the simple way to think about it. At the level 3, you go on holiday for 1 week or 2, the things slow down. But at the level 4, if you go on holiday for 2 weeks, things keep running. That's the difference. I've got a client who came to me sitting between level 2 and level 3, good product, strong team, but everything ran through the founder. Every deal needed his sign off. Every problem got pushed up to him. And every proposal, every contract needed to be approved by him. He was the one who was holding everything together. And that's why he was also the one who was slowing down the entire process. But he just didn't see it. We spent 3 months building out this infrastructure, clear steps, every stage of the pipeline. Automation, follow-ups, lead routing, data enrichment, reporting. We trained his team to work inside the system instead of going around it. 6 months later, his revenue was up to 40%, and he was working fewer hours than he had in years. Not because he hired more people, but because the system did the heavy lifting. So here's the deeper level. Results will hold up if the systems are built right. Bad SOPs create more confusion than having no SOPs at all. A broken automation will lose you more deals than a rep having an off day. And once you do it, you stop being the one that's doing everything and you start being the one designing everything. If you're at the level 4 right now, the conversation about an AI integration needs to happen today. Not the next quarter, because that's what takes you to level 5. The 5th level is what I call Agentic sales ecosystem. This is the frontier, and if you are not paying attention to what's happening right now, you are going to get left behind. At the level 5, you are not just using AI tool, you are building AI agents right into your sales operation. Humans and agents working side by side in one team. And here's what that actually looks like. Every sales rep, every founder, every person in your company has their own AI assistant. That assistant handles the boring stuff, the low leverage tasks that are important, but humans shouldn't be spending time on this. For example, data entry, follow-ups, research, scheduling, enrichment, reporting. The agents take care of all of it. And the things that actually matter, jumping on a call, building the relationship, speaking to people, thinking about strategy, that stays with humans. That's where humans are the best. That's where humans should be spending their time. In the future, this is how every company will work. Every person will have an AI assistant that makes them 2, 3, 5 times more productive. The companies that build this now will have absolute advantage over the competition. It's not just theory. We built this. We created agentic sales ecosystem where agents and humans work together as one unit. The system gets smarter over time. It doesn't take day off. It doesn't forget follow-up. It doesn't have bad Monday. And the companies that get to level 5 in the next 12 or 18 months are going to run with the fraction of the team and produce way more output. And the companies that are not doing that are going to become irrelevant. When your competition system is running around the clock, learning from every conversation, getting sharper at every step, and your team is still copying data between the tabs, so that's not a competition, that's a countdown. The gap between levels is compounding. Every month you wait, the distance between where you are and where you need to be gets wider. The cost of doing nothing actually playing against you because those companies are growing, your competition is growing, and you are stuck. By the way, if you want to have a detailed training about building sales systems, you will see it under the link below. So you have one shot at this, one business, one market window. So you don't have a lot of time. You have one business and one market window. Don't waste it being bottleneck in your own sales operation. And if you want to see videos about scaling your company, check out my other videos on the channel. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.